as we have the beautiful formation lap. Mac and cheese win, then nice. No, I said DSL Brad. Do not twist my words. I said DSL Brad. I don't even know who Mac and Cheese is. Who's Mac and Cheese? Never heard of him. Right. Oh, hello! So Wayne starts on the mediums with Brad on the hards. Bab starts on the mediums with Chaz on the hards. Scotty down to Morby. So the 5th down to 10th start on the mediums with Mac and Cheese on the hards. Blue and JT Cod got on the same strategy on the mediums with Jay on the hards. Matt Stubbs on the mediums with Dave Riley in the hards. Tuck starts on the softs, looking to shut up that VC. And Ben Brash, obviously with his quality band, he starts on the mediums. So Wayne and Brad are running away. That is a sentence you've probably heard many times. But they are gone. I'm not sure they know that a formation lap is supposed to go quite slow, as they look like they're pretty much racing here. How quick? They slowed down a bit. As yeah, Bab is catching up here. Right, the beautiful JT Golf driver, the number 92, Famous Wayne starts on pole. He's already had a statement season this season, with his win in Singapore being his main highlight. With 2 rounds left to go, you never know what's going to happen. Scotty has a 70.5 point lead. Milan is behind. He needs a big result, and they are starting alongside each other. Well, Milan is slightly a bit back to Scott, but yeah, you get what I mean. Trying to sound dramatic here, it doesn't really help when you're ill. As Matt Stubbs gets disqualified, and Ben Brash rounds off the grid. So, for the 9th time this season, we have the 1st, we have the 2nd, we have the 3rd, 4th, and 5th lights on the display, and it's go! The season, the 3rd edition of DTS, the 9th round, and Wayne leads us into turn 1. Bab tries to go for Brad, but Bab goes wide, and that's a purple car. It's Egolf. It's one of the Aphrodites. Egolf is off into turn 1. He goes P18. A lot of movement behind with Bab and Scott. That's a championship leader against Bab. And there's a bit of contact, and Bab keeps his nose inside, and he just stays behind. Milan stays behind them as well. Ben Brash is up in P11 somehow. I don't know how Ben Brash has done that, but that is sensational from Ben. Yeah, I don't know how he's found his way to do that in 4 corners, but he's done that as Hilly is chasing down Milan now. As Mac and Cheese gets ahead of Morby, that's Mac and Cheese up into P9. So Wayne gets his start he needs on the medium tyres. Brad and Chaz on the for the Power Grid team sit 2 and 3, with Brad just behind. So they might work together. Scotty is just in behind, with Bab going down 2 places. So as they round off lap 1, there was a lot of contact behind, with Egolf Hazard being caught up mainly, but Dave Riley is actually behind him now. So has Dave been caught up in something? As there's a few drivers who are looking for moves at the final corner, and you can see them there, and there's a massive just confusion. So Max Stubbs is going side by side with Tuck here. Tuck on the soft tyres, he's got so much more grip, and Max Stubbs concedes the position, but he might get an exit here. As ahead, he looks like he's struggling, as he's got JT Cod overtaking him down the inside. JT Cod is going to get ahead of him. That's JT Cod into P12, into the car park area. As Ben Brash has come into the pits. Did Ben Brash pick up wing damage? We saw him fly to P11. I'm not sure how. It might have been a turn 1 collision with somebody. And Scotty's going for Chaz here, and Chaz stays ahead. Scotty on the medium tyres. He needs to get these moves done early. He's gone very wide there, but he makes the corner. And now he's using DRS. Oh, he doesn't even have DRS. I don't know why I'm on, but he's using ERS. And Bab is looking down the inside of Scott. And he stays behind, and that's going to invite Milan. No, it's not. He stays behind, and Tuck now gets ahead of Jay. Oh, Jay goes very wide. He's losing 2 positions. He loses position to Matt Stubbs as well as Tuck. As Wayne is starting to run away here. He's got a second gap, and he's got an ERS advantage on DSL Brad. He sets the fastest lap on the medium tyres, obviously. Just in behind, Will Scott look to make a move here. Obviously he won't get DRS here because the detection zone is not on this lap. He stays just behind. But this looks like where the main move is going to happen on track. P3 against P4. P1 against P top 5 driver. Potentially. I'm not sure where Chaz is in the championship. Probably should know. Terrible commentary from me as always. But that's a DTS special. As Scotty has DRS on Chaz. Is he going to try and go around the outside here? And Chaz makes it quite easy for him. Pretty much waves him through. He knows he's on a different tyre strategy as Scott. And Scott is up to P3. But Chaz is putting pressure back on. He could be doing this for his teammate. Down the inside, Chaz is going to go on Scott. And they're in contact. Oh. And Chaz will not be very happy with that. He will be saying some words which will not be said on the stream. As Tuck has got a horrible exit out of that corner. And Egolf Hazard was having a look. Tuck on the soft tyres, obviously. He's not really making the progress he would have liked. As Bab is going for Chaz. Down the inside, Chaz is off. And he loses the position there. And he loses another position to Milan, who goes into the top 5. And Hilly is now putting the pressure on Chaz. Hilly around the outside of Chaz. He doesn't make it stick. And behind, Tuck has lost even more positions. He's lost positions to Egolf Hazard and Dave Riley. And the other Sanka car is in the pits as well. Baton, close your eyes. It's just not going well for them right now. As Bab is now chasing down Scott with Milan, looking to gain some points back in the championship. As Hilly looks like he's going for it around the outside. No, he's not. He's staying behind. As JT Cod gets past Blue. That's JT Cod into P11. As I thought Hilly was going for it there on Chaz. Chaz obviously on the hard tyre, so he's on a different strategy. He'll be hoping that a safety car comes out later in this race, towards like the mid end part, as that's not English, but yeah, you know what I mean. As we got a lovely view of Hilly here. He will stay just behind Chaz. As we do have a DRS train sort of forming here between Scott all the way down to Blue is this DRS train, which is insane. That is a 9-car DRS train, and Scotty's now got in the DRS train of Brad, so he becomes a 13-man DRS train. Where around Australia it's very hard. You got to stay focused every lap and every corner. 29 laps, and Bab is putting the pressure on Scott. Bab is coming for Scott. He's using his ERS. Scott is probably using his ERS to defend. Oh, Bab got squeezed into the wall, and Scott stays ahead. I don't think Bab will appreciate that too much, being hit into the wall, but yeah, it happened. Scott is P3 now, 3/10 behind DSL Brad, who's lost 2.7 seconds to Wayne. So Wayne is flying off into the distance. This could be another Singapore for him. As Scott opens the RS, Bab is going to go for the move once again. Bab is going to choose the outside line. Can he get it done? Bab around the outside of Scott. There's a bit of contact between the two. And Bab gets ahead, even though he picks up a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. That is Bab into P3. Bab is taking no prisoners today. He's absolutely sending everything. And yeah, he got moved around the outside of Scott. A little bit of contact, but it happens. So just behind, Chaz has now fallen out of DRS here. Chaz 1.3 behind. Hilly is chasing him down with the DRS. Hilly's going to get ahead, and Bab goes into P2 as well while this is happening. That's Hilly ahead of Chaz into P6 and Bab into P2. Is DSL Brad going to go for it once again? He's going to stay behind as Egolf Hazard goes ahead of his teammate, and Taylor Danny now goes ahead of Chaz. Chaz's hard tyres have not woken up. They are, well, neither have I, but his tyres are, they're just not working for him right now. And now he's got the same tyre runner as him just behind. So this should create some sort of stability for Chaz. Because realistically, same tyres, Chaz should be staying ahead here. They are stuck in a DRS train, so yeah, this should it should calm Chaz down a bit. As Morby is getting pressurised by Blue, and Blue is going to stay behind for now. So as all these drivers chase down Bab in P2 with his 3-second time penalty, Wayne is driving off in the lead. He's got a 2.6 second gap to the front, and yeah, he's looking comfortable so far. 84% ERS. Bab has 22% ERS to try and catch up, and Scott looks like he's going for it on DSL Brad, and DSL Brad is gaining, and Hilly goes no, Taylor Danny goes ahead of Hilly. And who gets a good exit here? DSL Brad looks like he gets a banging exit, and that's Chaz. That is Chaz gone at turn 10, and he has lost it on the exit curb, and he's gone into that wall on the right hand side. You sort of knew this was going to happen, and that is Chaz out early doors, lap 7 out of 29. He really struggled, and unfortunately it led to his DNF as Wayne comes into the pits, and that is probably for the hard tyres, which will do 22 laps towards the end, which is very doable. So this is sort of perfect for Wayne. It wipes out his lead as DSL Brad now takes the lead. So as Blue stays out, that is a strange call from the United driver, who as his team principal, I ain't got a fucking clue what he's doing. On the medium tyres, 7 laps old, I think I would have came in, chucked the hards on, and just went. So Wayne goes down to P3. Lucky thing for him is he has Dave Riley in between him and Bab. Dave Riley, who started this race on the hard tyre, so he'll have more grip than Dave, and Bab will have to pass him, so that will lose Bab some time. So Wayne does have a decent gap to Bab for this restart, but obviously he does need to get past Blue and Brad in the process in order to regain the lead, as Jay comes into the pits as well on his 5-lap old hards. So apart from DSL Brad, Blue New Soul and Dave Riley, the rest have come into the pits and served their mandatory stop. So yeah, it's not really been Sanka's day so far, 16th and 17th, but this safety car definitely helps them out. They will get to the back of the pack and rejoin. So yeah, it has definitely saved them. So DSL Brad will be leading this. For him, this is probably the worst case scenario. He did not want an early safety car, and unfortunately it's his teammate who has caused it, and now his strategy is ruined, because when he pits he will come out at the back of the pack. He'll be on fresher mediums, obviously. He'll be on very fresh mediums, but yeah, it's really hurt him in track position. So on the safety car here, obviously the drivers use less tyres, so Wayne will be doing around 20 racing laps here. I believe 20 racing laps on these hard tyres, maybe even 19, which is brilliant for Wayne. So his strategy has definitely gone well here. Deciding to go on the mediums, as most of the grid did. Yeah, and just doing that early pit stop, it's really helped him out to yeah, take all strategy out the equation. And now he just needs to do his thing, which is drive off into the distance. Obviously he needs to overtake the 2 cars ahead of him, but they will pit at some point. So yeah, Wayne is going well in this race so far. Should we look at positions gained and position loss? So as you can see, Blue has gained 10 positions, but he has not stopped in the race. So Dave Riley has gained 12. He has also not stopped. So yeah, apart from those two, our biggest winners look like no one's really gained quite a lot. We've had some big losers. Egolf has lost 5 positions, with Jay losing 3 positions. Chaz is out, who has lost 14 positions. As we have our restart, so I'll ride on board with DSL Brad. When will he decide to go? As they are on the main straight now, he has actually delayed it. So, and now he's legged it, he's legged it. It's a good start for Brad, who doesn't catch Blue napping. So Blue's done well to catch that there. As they all go through turn 1, the Cupra SRT is getting pressurised by the United car. That's Taylor Danny, that's Milan's teammate. So that could be very interesting as Milan stays behind. What I will say is, in all that pit stop stuff, Milan and Taylor Danny have got ahead of Scott. So Scott has been held up by somebody in the pit lane, and that's really hurt him. As Wayne is now putting the pressure on Blue. He just has that tyre advantage now on Blue, as Blue will be looking to try get DSL Brad here. But Wayne is coming. Wayne goes around the outside. Blue won't fight this too hard, as I know they are good friends. As Bab gets ahead of Dave Riley as well. So that was a crucial time for Wayne to get that move done. Now he's got Blue but ahead of him. Behind Scotty's a 10th behind, and there's a lot of action here. So, that's Mac and Cheese, Hilly, Scotty and Taylor Danny all going for it. Hilly tries around the outside of Scotty and he stays behind. Blue equals washed. Hello Jamie, I hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I agree with that first statement. You know what, I very much agree. As Wayne regains his lead into P1, DSL Brad's putting the pressure on. He's staying in the tow, but he stays behind. As Jamie, your team is they're going 50-50 right now. One of them is out of the race, but the other one's driving really well. But he does have to pit again, which will send him to the back of the grid. As Dave Riley and Milan are going for it. Milan around the inside, and he's got the move done. And now Taylor Danny is putting the pressure on him. As the SRT Cupras are doing really well here, and Scotty's pretty much pushing Taylor Danny. He doesn't want to pick up unnecessary wing damage here, Scott doesn't. As Bab is going for it as well. Bab moves himself up into P2, and a lot of movement here with DSL Brad conceding the position behind Hilly, looking to try and get Scott. A lot of these drivers very close. Scott has a big moment there, and someone else has a massive moment. They go 3 wide behind Ben Brash, Mac and Cheese, and JT all involved. JT goes up into P9. Very close stuff between the boys here. As Milan looks like he's going to try and get an exit on Blue here. Milan, who gets a lovely exit out of the final corner. Blue gives him the squeeze. And that is going to be that is P44 Milan, who is flying on this restart. Scotty gets ahead of his teammate, so the 2 Uniteds and the 2 SRT Cupras completely battling out. Taylor Danny's gone flying off though. Now he's going to get pressurised by Hilly, who makes a little bit of contact with him even. And now Scott is right on the back of his teammate. Hilly picks up a 3-second time penalty. Will Blue let him pass. Blue does let him pass indeed. So the United cars working together. Now Blue would try and hold back Taylor Danny, who is causing problems in this race. As Taylor Danny's flying, but he's getting boxed in by the United cars. He has a little bit of room, but it's not going to work out for him. He gets ahead of Blue though. But here, Illy's going to get a good exit here. As in front, Milan is going to go ahead of DSL Brad. Milan moves himself into the podium position. This could be working out for Milan right now. Milan is driving very well. He's into the podium positions, while Scott has to battle DSL Brad here. And he's got Taylor Danny behind him, who is Milan's teammate. As Scott makes easy work of DSL Brad on the DRS straight. Those hard tyres giving him the exit. And now the two championship leaders are 3 and 4 right next to each other. This will be very interesting as Ben Brash gets ahead of JT Cod. A lot of movement between these boys here, and that was an Aphrodite car of Egolf Hazard trying to go around the outside of JT Cod. Egolf Hazard around the outside now, on the inside. They're still going side by side for two junior tier drivers who got promoted last season. They're still going side by side. Max Stubbs has nowhere to go. And around the outside, they're still going side by side. Egolf and JT Cod battling non-stop. Max Stubbs trying to get himself involved. It's his teammate, obviously, so he wants to be very careful. But Max Stubbs getting the brilliant run on Egolf Hazard. Oh, big contact with Morby, and that puts Max Stubbs into the wall. And all of the cars, championship leaders, go side by side. Oh, this is a fight for the ages, the 3rd edition. It's between these two. Scotty's been there, he's done it before. Milan's been at every team on the grid, and Scotty looks like he's going to get ahead of Milan into turn 1 with Taylor Danny chasing down. Hilly's P6 with Ben Brash promoting himself up into P7. As Blue's lost a lot of places off the restart due to his tyres. DSL Brad is getting pressure on Mac and Cheese. But is this man, Scotty MT, P3, at this rate he will be champion. As Max Stubbs comes into the pits after that contact with Morby. Jay also comes in with Tuck also coming in, so they may have been caught up in incidents as well. So Milan chasing him down as Mac and Cheese gets ahead of Brad. Ben Brash gets ahead of Hilly, and now he's putting pressure on Taylor Danny. As Wayne picks up a 3-second time penalty. No, I'm gutted for Wayne. And Ben Brash makes a little bit of contact there. And is Hilly going to get the run? He does not get the run. Ben Brash is going to try down the inside of Taylor Danny. They go side by side. Taylor Danny has the outside line, and he's done brilliantly. Taylor Danny has to defend that position. So the front two have 3-second time penalties. Scott is 3.5 out of their range. Scott has a massive gap to the two ahead, and the two ahead have the same penalty. So as it stands, they will be staying where they are. Unfortunately, Hilly will be losing positions as he is part of the pack. Where he has a few cars behind him who are in his penalty range. As Ben Brash is going to get the run this time. Looks like he's going to get moved this time. Taylor Danny's going to try and defend the inside line. Ben Brash is going to try and go around the outside line and down the inside. Now they're going side by side. They're giving him a good room here. Still go side by side and around the outside. Ben Brash soars through, and now Hilly's trying to pick up the pieces. He does very nicely. Very clean stuff from Hilly. P6 for him. And he will still get DRS off Ben Brash. As Milan is chasing down Scott. He has 60% ERS to Scott's 33% ERS. 15 laps into this race. 14 laps remaining. Not long left to go for these boys. And Milan will stay behind just for now, as Hilly stays behind Ben Brash. And this DRS train is getting even longer, with the likes of Egolf being in it now. That's P12 all the way to P5. So massive train we have here. As I thought Milan was having a look. He's just going to stay behind. He's backing off to throttle, you can see. So he's actually managing this, and I think he's gonna wait until the guys behind catch up, just to create a bit of chaos. He just needs Scotty's race to be absolutely chaotic, and Scotty to get caught up in something. So I think Milan is just going to stay behind, try and make the guys behind catch up, and join this DRS train. As Blue is getting pressurised by JT Cod. Now Blue obviously hasn't pit yet. DSL Brad pit this lap onto his medium tyres. 14 laps old they are. No, 40, he's P14 with 0 lap old tyres. What am I on about? As JT Cod moves ahead of the United car for P9. Oh, that's Hilly! Hilly's round and he's not into the wall. He will keep it. But that's massive for Hilly. He's round into the grass. Turn 11 catches another victim. Then that is Hilly for Revolution Racing. And he's going to lose another position to Morby here. Oh, and he's gone into the back of Morby. His tyres obviously lit up and he can't really get the car stopped there. So Hilly loses that and he goes down to P12 now. With his rears and front tyres lit up. He may have to come into the pits. I doubt he'll come in though. I think he'll just continue running. So Mac and Cheese is now behind Ben Brash. These two on the medium tyres obviously. So their tyres will not last as long and could be really bad at the end of the race. Like really bad. So we'll keep an eye out on them. And Egolf and DSL Brad pick up 3-second time penalties. And that's really not going to help their race at the end where they lose positions due to the penalties. But it's this man again. Wayne is running away with it. The two championship leaders put St. Peter in 4. As Bab has a really nice gap. 3.4 behind Scott and 2.7 behind Wayne. So Bab just sitting in that comfortable P2 slot. So that's very nice for him. So 12 laps left of this race. A lot to play for, a lot to fight for, especially for the two in front here. This is their championship battle. This could be their greatest achievements. Milan can put his name in the Hall of Fame of DTS. Scotty can be the first ever to go back to back and win 2 titles of DTS. Well, obviously we've had 3 different seasons of it. This season, last season where Scott was champion, and the original season where Blue was champion. So Scott can be the first to win 2 DTS titles, and it can be done tonight. So yeah, Milan is trying his everything to stop that to happen, as Taylor Danny is right behind Mac and Cheese, whose 10 lap old mediums will not be feeling very nice right now, as Dave Riley comes into the pits. Blue on 17 lap old mediums has not come in yet. I'm not too sure what he's doing, as Morby picks up a 3-second time penalty. But Taylor Danny down the inside is going to get ahead of Mac and Cheese in the DR zone. So SRT Cupra scoring very well right now, as Egolf Hazard, Blue's former teammate, has got ahead of him. So Milan's on 92% ERS now, so he's definitely wanting to stay back. The gap to Ben Brash has increased slightly, so I think that sort of rules out trying to bring more drivers into the race. But yeah, I think Milan is in a comfortable position here. He's managing his race well, probably looking after his tyres as well. Scott goes slightly wide there. That may be a track limit for him. As Blue comes into pits now and he's put on the soft tyre. A very interesting choice from him there. 10 laps on the soft tyre. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. As Mac and Cheese is, like Taylor was, right in the back of the car. He's chasing Taylor down. SRT Cupra against Spartan Phoenix. SRT Cupra, obviously a new team compared to Spartan Phoenix, who have Mav at the top, and they have been there from the very start, and that's a beautiful move around the outside by Mac and Cheese. That moves him up into P6. and DSL Brad on his fresh mediums getting ahead of Morby. So that's him into P11. He's now looking to get ahead of Hilly to break into the top 10 once again. As Milan stays behind once again. Now he has 100% ERS. He can use a little bit to like tell Scott to hurry up, basically. Scott is using a little bit of his ERS. As Egolf hasn't picked up another 3-second time penalty to add on the one he already had. And Tuck is getting pressurised by Jay. Both on very similar tyres, so yeah, it's a good battle between these two here. Oh, as Taylor Danny was getting close to Mac and Cheese, and JT Conrad looked down the inside. Taylor Danny stays ahead though. And DSL Brad and Hilly got side by side. We saw these two fight in Spain lap after lap, and they're still going side by side here. And Hilly defends very well. Brad tries to switch back, but it's sort of hard to get a switch back there at that corner just because of the nature of the corner. But it was a good attempt from Brad. But you can just see the grip he has, and he's definitely going to get Hilly now. He turns his ERS on, and his DRS will be activated in 100 meters time, and it's on. And he gets past Hilly into P10. Brad is back into the top 10 after his disastrous strategy has failed him. Taylor Danny and JT Cod go side by side. Taylor Danny is off track, and JT Cod stays behind. As Bab picks up another 3-second time penalty, and Scott is in 2.4 of Bab as well. So Bab will be losing the position to Scott now. That is the last thing Milan would have wanted. Scott gaining more positions as Taylor Danny picks up a 3-second time penalty. So with Scott now inheriting net P2 due to Bab's extra penalty there, Milan sort of... I'm not sure what Milan needs to do here. He's been put in such a difficult position, and I can't lie, Milan has been sensational this year. So he deserves all the praise for being in this championship fight. 9 rounds going head to head with Scott is something special, and Milan has managed to do it. So fair play to Milan. As he's got the ERS, and no, he's got the DRS on Scott. Oh, Scott was going sideways there. Oh my days. Scott was going sideways there. Milan's going to go for it. The two championship protagonists. Milan down the inside of Scott, and he gains the position. That's Milan into P3. Oh, I thought Scott, he was going into the bin there. I thought he was bidding it straight into the wall. That must have been a scary moment for him as well. So Scott will gain a DRS again. Is he going to follow what Milan has been doing this whole time? He's going to go straight back for him. Scott with the straight line speed down the inside, and he gets the move done nicely. Milan won't get DRS as it's a single detection, as Ben Brash in P5 has picked up a 3-second time penalty. So that's Scott back into P3, but that is him at 3 seconds out of Bab's range. Bab obviously having a 6-second time penalty, he will still lose the position. As Mac and Cheese is getting pressurised by JT Cod, who has actually got ahead of Taylor Danny. I missed that. So JT Cod putting the pressure on Mac and Cheese. Porsche against Spartan Phoenix. Oh. As Tuck picks up a 3-second time penalty in P16, as JT Cod has a moment there. And Milan got very close to Scotty's rear end, but he stays behind. So, as Morby is right in the back of Hilly, Morby putting the pressure on, and he's got Blue behind him. Blue on those fresh softies put on, as Morby goes very wide there, and Blue has to sort of back out in case Morby did anything crazy. But he does have the grip here. He has the ERS here, and the United car, whose strategy has gone completely against him here. They're both using ERS down the main straight. but Morby does sort of back out, and that allows Blue to go ahead of Morby while he goes onto the grass. So that's P12 for Blue. He's chasing down Hilly now, and he will see that in front of him there's a lot of penalties. So this race is not over for him, with Egolf picking another one in P9 as Hilly went all over the curb there. As Blue will probably get the move done. As JT Cod gets ahead of Mac and Cheese, they go side by side, and they made it work. And Mac and Cheese keeps the position, but that's got to give Taylor Danny a brilliant run on JT Cod. Oh, for Taylor Danny was going to go for the triple, and now Blue, he has actually stayed behind Hilly here, and he's got the DRS on, the ERS activated, and he moves into the top 11. So he's got Brad 6.3 ahead of him. So back at the championship fight, lap 24 at 29, Milan is chasing down Scott. You can just see Ben Brash catching in the distance. Fortunately, Ben picked up that penalty, so it's going to be really tough for him to actually be ahead of these two towards the end of the race. As JT Cod is chasing down Mac and Cheese here. Mac and Cheese, JT Cod will see that Mac and Cheese's light is flashing, which gives, which sort of incentivizes him to make the move here, as he will know that Mac and Cheese is basically defenseless. Oh, but Mac and Cheese came across and he's out. Mac and Cheese came across there to try and defend, and he squeezed. He squeezed JT Cod so hard that he hit himself into the wall. That is strange for Mac and Cheese. That's completely self-inflicted. No, what's it called? As Brad gets a drive through, as Wayne comes in for the soft tyres, as all of the boys will definitely come in for the soft tyres. But self-inflicted, I think that's the word. But yeah, I'm not sure what Mac and Cheese was doing there. I'm not too sure. As Jamie says, OMG, OMG indeed. We have a 4-lap sprint till the end, and Brad. Oh, I think it's race over for Brad, unfortunately. I'm gutted for Brad. I wanted him to do well tonight. Yeah, so he loses the position. And that is Power Grid scoring 0 points tonight, as Blue gets held up by Brad's car. Oh, that is really annoying for him, and as he loses the position to Hilly. But Wayne will be the most devastated with this. A 3-second time penalty, and his lead of 4.8 seconds wiped out. As Brad is very, very unhappy, and he has a right to be. Fair enough. It's gone against him. The strategy's gone against him. He started on the hard tyres. Safety car came out at lap 6, and it just really didn't work well for him. So we do have a 4-lap sprint to the end. Egolf hasn't, interestingly, has gone on the medium tyres. Hello, Jazz. As Brad picked up a drive-through and then a 5-second penalty and then retired in pit lane. As the strategy went completely against him due to your safety car that you caused. So if Brad wants to blame anyone, he probably will blame Chaz. As his Delta glitched as well. Oh, the Delta is so bad in this game. I talked about it on Sunday. It is absolutely tragic how bad the Delta is in this game. The whole system of the Delta in this game is so bad, and I genuinely don't think, like, I think it's terrible. As we will have 3 laps of racing, lap 26, 27, 20, no, I can't count. We'll have 4 laps of racing. No, yeah, wait. Lap 27, 28, 29. We have 3 laps of racing. I can count. As I want to quickly check my team score, as I'm missing them. Oh my god, we're 1-0 up! Scott McTominay has put us 1-0 up and Bruno Fernandes missed a pen. Oh, it's 1-1. Oh my god, why would I look? Why would I fucking look? I fucking hate life. Cole Palmer's just scored. Fuck off. Why did I look? Oh. Villa are dominating City right now. Oh, hello. Oh, for fuck's sake, why would I look at the scoreline? I should have just left it. And Bruno missed a penalty, for fuck's sake. Oh, my team is shit. As I'm having a mental breakdown on the stream. That is not good. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's had a good day. I've had an awful day. I can't lie. I've had an awful week. I thought I had a chest infection, yeah, and I was just ill. And then I did a COVID test as well, and I tested positive, which is brilliant. So safety car in this lap. 3 laps for Wayne to bridge of 3 seconds to Milan. I think it's too difficult for him. But Bab, it could play a factor into this as well. Obviously sitting P2. As when will Wayne decide to go here? As what I will say, Scott has lost the position to Ben Brash, and I think Scott is sharing the same pit box as Milan, and that's made him lose these positions in the safety cars. So Scott is down into P5, Milan in the P3, and Wayne is gone. He's legged it. He's gone. He's absolutely sent it. And Ben Brash and Scott so close to each other off the restart, but Scott is going to stay just behind. And Milan has an awful restart. He stays within the DRS, but yeah, it's not the best of restarts from Milan here. Behind, JT Codd is very close to Scott. And looking down, that's a move from Blue onto Morby. No, it's Max Stubbs on Morby. And Morby stays ahead of Max Stubbs. Max Stubbs putting the pressure on the TIG driver. As Bab is 3/10 within Wayne's range. Yep, just 3/10 within Wayne. And Wayne's got slightly wide then. Bab is going to put the pressure on now. He doesn't turn on his ERS as Max Stubbs gets ahead before the braking zone. And that's Max Stubbs into P11. But yes, Bab is going to stay behind just for now. Milan back in the DRS. And Scott putting the pressure on Ben Brash. Ben Brash, who's done a last to fourth currently. And it could be more towards the end of the race. Obviously he does have a penalty, so he'll probably lose quite a few positions. But yes, right now Milan is looking at the race win, which for him, he's done everything he needs. Unfortunately, it just doesn't go his way. Fastest lap for the Belgian. He's Belgian. Yeah, he's Belgian. I know Milan very well. He's Belgian. As JT Codd is putting the pressure on Scott once again. As Egor for the mediums, he's doing well actually. He's not. I thought he might get eaten up alive, but yeah, he's holding a good gap to Taylor Danny, who's getting attacked by Hilly. Blue just behind, who's dropping out of DRS. Oh, what on earth is that? As Tuck is fully off track. Tuck and Jay went into the wall, I think. What on earth has just happened there? Lap 28, the Sanka and the Revolution racing car collide, causing Tuck to lose his front wing. And that's Tuck down in P15 now. It's really not gone his way. Tuck has really struggled tonight. But I hope his party chat are supporting him. They should support him as we go into the last lap of the race. Lap 29 out of 29. Wayne leads. Bab is just behind. Bab has a 3 second time, 3 seconds extra time penalty than Wayne does. So Wayne can probably let Bab past here, but Wayne probably wants to win it on track, as Wayne is a very I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but Wayne wants to win it on track. And Bab is putting the pressure on. Milan 1.5 behind. He is probably going to be the one who ends up winning this race, with Scotty looking like a P. May not be P2, you know. It might be P3. Wayne might finish ahead of Scott. So that'll be very close. But Bab he's got DRS here, and he's using his ERS, chasing down, and there's yellows in sector 1. That is Jay. Top picks up another 3-second time penalty as Milan is losing position, Scott is losing positions, and Bab takes the lead. Bab takes the lead on the last lap. Unfortunately, the penalty is just going to rule everything out from Scotty. Picks up a 3-second time penalty. Scotty picks up a 3-second time penalty, which is crucial for him, and Milan looks like he may not be the winner. I'm not sure if he'll win, but Bab is going to cross the line. He definitely won't win. Wayne just behind him. He will pick up net P1 currently for now. So he's going to cross the line. He looks like he's going to win. And Milan to the line. Milan wins. He's done it. Milan in P1. Scott with that 3 seconds on the last lap gets P6. Milan is the race winner, and he may have just done it. He may have just taken it to the last round. Let me just check. Milan may have just taken it to the last round. 50 points is P1. Scott got 27. Where does Scott finish? Scott got 6th, he got 27. So Milan has beaten them by 10, 20. He's beaten them by 23 points. Milan has done it. Milan has taken it to the final round. Milan, with that race win, is taking it to the final round against Scott. 23-point advantage. Milan keeps him in the fight, and he's done everything he needs. Milan is a race winner. That is sensational from Milan. He is on the top step, and he's a fighter. He's kept on going for Scott. He didn't give up hope. He said he's terrible at this track, and he's done a sensational job. That is Milan P1 with Scott P6. A 23-point difference keeps Milan in the title race. That is, oh my god. That penalty cost Scott at the end. Let me quickly run through the order. Milan is our race winner. Wayne in P2. He led pretty much every lap, but unfortunately the penalty cut his lead. JT Connor P3. JT Connor P3. Wow, that is sensational. Ben Brash in P4 with Bab in P5. Scott P6 with Hilly in P7. Blue in P8. Taylor Danny followed by the two Aphrodites. Morby P12 with Dave Riley P13. Jay 14 with Tuck in 15. Unfortunately, we lost Brad, Mac and Cheese, and Jazz. But Milan! What a race from Milan! He keeps his title hopes alive. Congratulations, Milan. That drive was sensational.